week, the increase in fuel prices by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, sparked outrage among Nigerians, with many lamenting now citizens go suffer. On Wednesday, NNPCL announced that the pump price of petrol, premium motor spirit, PMS, had risen from 865 naira to 1,030 naira per litre. This hike follows the termination of NNPC's exclusive purchase agreement with Dangote Refinery, which previously allowed NNPC to be the sole off-taker for petrol. With the end of this agreement, other marketers are now permitted to negotiate prices directly with Dangote Refinery. This latest price increase comes just weeks after NNPCL raised fuel prices from 560 naira to 865 naira per litre. On September 3, 2024, as fuel prices continue to rise, many Nigerians are left to wonder about the future economic implications of these changes. And of course, joining me to discuss this is Chino Bagu, SAN. He is a lawyer joining us via Zoom. Mr. Chino Bagu, good to have you on the show this evening.
And thank you for having me.
All right. I also have Ibrahim Garba, a communications consultant, joining us from our Abuja studios. Mr. Ibrahim Garba, it's also fantastic to have you on the show this evening. All right, Mr. Ibrahim, I'll start with you very quickly. Now, NNPCL increases petrol pump price to over 1,000 naira per litre. Now, what do you think is playing out here with this sudden increase from your perspective?
Thank you very much, Mark. In the first place, we have to understand that NNPC is in business to make money, same thing with Dangote. And I want to take you back to the last time I came here, which I told you, when I told you that the price, the pump price of petrol from Dangote could go above 1,000 naira. Now, my reasons being that at what rate is NNPC selling to Dangote? You see, it's still shrouded in mystery. So Nigerians want to find out at what rate is selling to Dangote. That's right. Then number two, mine is to appeal to the CBN to ensure that, or rather to support Nigerians by selling, the dollar to Dangote probably at the cost of 1,000 naira to a dollar. Now, if you sell at 1,000 naira to a dollar and Dangote is buying crude at the rate of 1,000 naira per dollar, do you know what will happen? Because Dangote is selling the petrol, that is PMS, to Nigerians, or rather to the off-takers, at the cost of $55. $55, per litre. So, and when you calculate, if you fix the dollar sales to Dangote at 1,000, the pump price will come down to as low as 550 naira. Now, if you sell the dollar to Dangote at 1,600, it will come down to 880 naira. But that is not my issue. That is not where the problem lies. Now, we are not importing fuel. We are selling it locally, we are purchasing it locally. Now, there are other charges that comes with the sales. We have the NMDPRA fees, inspection fees, distribution costs, and margin fees. Now, these are some of the things that made it difficult for us to get actual price of the, the PMS. So my appeal, if we want to make this work, all these charges, which amount to about 18%, must go. That is one. Then number two, NNPC should come out clear to tell Nigerians, yes, we are, or rather, the industry now is open for everybody to come into the business. It's not playing hide and seek. That is why Nigerians are confused. You don't have an appropriate price for the petroleum product. So it's becoming more difficult for Nigerians every day. So the question now, or rather, the onus now lies on the federal government to assist Nigerians, the NNPC and Dangote, by selling at this window period. Now, the window period now is between now and December, because the cost of petrol in the world market as at Friday is $70 per barrel. And by December, it may go to $85 per barrel. So if we are selling locally to Dangote, why not we resort to at least sell it at the rate of $1,000 to Dangote? If we do that, then fuel can come down cheaper for every Nigerian. So this is where the problem lies. It's not purchasing from Dangote. The problem is the charges that goes with every purchase of every truck that you are lifting from Dangote inwards. So these are the issues that concern Nigerians now.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, if I get you correctly, are you saying the charges that goes with all the proceeds with the operators here is the problem? So are you now saying that the power to actually, let these charges go off is within the range of the NNPCL? Is that what you're saying?
It's within the range of the NNPCL, the federal government. Because you see, indirectly they are hiding, they are telling us we are not fixing prices. Whereas Dangote came out to tell us that instead of selling it at 70, it's not selling at 55 cents, sorry, it's not $70, but 55 cents instead of 70 cents. He weighed 15 cents. So if Dangote weighed 15 cents, what stopped the NNPC by removing these charges? If you are buying from the depot, from Dangote, for instance, that is one. Then number two, I told you earlier on, we need the assistance of the CBN. Yes, if I say subsidy, people interpret it wrongly. But what we want is the CBN should sell the dollar to Dangote at 1,000 naira. If they do that, I can guarantee you that the price of petrol, from my calculations, it will come down to 550 naira per litre, removing all these charges. So NNPC, NMDPRA should look elsewhere to make money, but not from the pump price of petrol. That is my. All right. What I'm saying.
Okay. Let me ask Mr. Chino Bagu very quickly. Now, I'll have to take you up on this. Now, if establishing a local refinery would put an end to importation of the product, now why isn't there an aggressive approach to get our local refineries working? At least the Dangote refinery has shown that a refinery project can be completed even from ground zero. So, from your perspective, why do you think there is not much aggression from the NNPCL to revive our other refineries so that we don't have to import petrol and start incurring all these charges to put more pain on Nigerians?
Well, thank you, Mark. That's actually the question.
Yeah.
It is not about calculating profit or loss or charges. There are two issues. If Dangote Refinery as a private enterprise, producing fuel, we should sell it to the market. It doesn't need to pass through NNPC because it's an enterprise. Secondly, why should NNPC try to make profit or even, impose charges on the products from Dangote Refinery? This is a refinery that started less than 10 years ago and is up and running. But we have refineries in this country that has been down for up to two decades, and NNPC is not able to fix them. So it is a big change. Now, the question is that the welfare of the people, this constitution says that security and welfare of the people is the primary purpose of government. Nigeria is a welfare state, and therefore Nigerians cannot be left to the dictates of international capitalist market. So that if dollar goes up, Nigerian people will pay higher fares. If it goes down, we pay higher. It doesn't work that way. In a state where the constitution has given the government the mandate to take care of the welfare of the people. So the government NNPC must invest in putting the refineries in order. If the refineries are in order, and Dangote is also producing, it's a matter of demand and supply. The supply will get into the market and the price will fall. And people will, individual people will have access to petroleum products without having to go through this politics of NNPC, fixing rates and then imposing charges, which at the end of the day is Nigerians that bear the brunt. I think it's a total failure from the part of the NNPC.
All right, now we take a time out now, and of course, Newsweek continues in a moment. Please do stay with us.